Y'all know that you've had the client come in and that individual was like all gung-ho and all excited, but then they have their sister-in-law or their mom or their next door neighbor talk them out of working with you.
We are here with the one and only Kim Walsh Phillips. Kim, how are you?
I am doing wonderfully. How about yourself?
I'm grateful you're here. All right. So some of you might know Kim and some of you may not. So she is the founder of Powerful Professionals. And we're going to play a video in a minute that'll tell you more on her background, but she sent me her bio. And so I'm Jesse. I'm one of the moderators at LabCoatAgents. If you guys don't know me. And there's a lot of things I can read in this bio, Kim, but my favorite part is that you're a multi-7-figure business entrepreneur with no business degree and a tendency to say crazy pants more than socially acceptable.
100%.
I just thought that tells me so much about your bio right there, right? You were named number 475 on the Inc. 5000 list, which is pretty darn cool too. You wrote a book called The Ultimate Guide to Instagram for Business. Like, Kim is legit, guys. And we're talking, the topic today is how to generate $2.73 million in revenue with cold traffic. So if you're into that, I'm going to pretty much disappear in the background and learn just like you guys. Kelly, do you have your video ready that you want to play before?
I'll be back right after this video.
There you go.
Guys, help me welcome and celebrate to the stage, Kim Walsh Phillips on a 7-figure $1 million Crush Award.
Kim really is the real deal, and I mean that sincerely.
I thank you, Kim, for pushing me to start doing it, and I appreciate the knowledge that you have and how much you've taught me about social media.
Kim is an awesome writer and teacher, and I probably should have followed Kim sooner.
Everybody listen to what this lady says. I don't say that about everybody, but she knows her stuff. Do what she's telling you to do, and it'll work.
Just can't wait to grow globally and start the video movement, and with your support I know that's possible, so I really appreciate it.
The number one value of Kim, in my view, and everybody's got their own opinion, is that she can help you fine-tune and understand how to use social media platforms to reduce your customer acquisition costs. That's the whole deal right there.
Inside our program, we only have coaches who actually accomplish the thing they're coaching on.
I am so thankful for what Powerful Professionals and you have done in 2020. From when we started with you to now, we've grown our business by over 33%.
Don't let that message go to waste. Use it in the way that you are being called to do.
Ladies and gentlemen,
hello there, everybody.
Get on your feet.
So great to be with you today. I am stoked to be able to share with you exactly how you can leverage the power of social media marketing in order to grow your business. But before I get started, I want to know a little bit about you. Can you do me a favor? I want you to find that chat box at the bottom of the screen. I am here live with you, and I know we have a lot of incredible people here today. I see Bob and Carol and Calissa and Danny and Eddie and Heidi and Jacqueline and Jan and so many of you. Can you go ahead and put into the chat for me right now where you are tuning in from? Can you go ahead and put into the chat for me right now where you are tuning in from? I would love to be able to see. So we have Danny, who's in Kansas City, Missouri. Jake, who's in Ventura, California. We have Sherry in Dartmouth, Massachusetts. So good. Put your answers inside the chat right now. This is where you're going to be able to post questions so we can engage with you in conversation. We have Stacy in Hastings. We have Karen in West Vancouver. We have Carol in Salt Lake, Utah. Trish in Boulder. Well, I am thrilled to see such an incredible turnout today. And we are going to have a great time. You want to have pen and paper in hand. I live in the Atlanta area now, but I'm originally from New Jersey, which means I talk fast. There's a button that was put into my body when I was born that does not slow down. It just turns up. I can only go faster. I can't go any slower. So what are you going to have to do for that? Get pen and paper in hand so you can take really good notes so you don't miss a minute about what we're going to talk about today. All right. I'm super stoked. Let me just bring up my presentation real quick. and we will get started. I don't know why I sing when I'm trying to talk and do PowerPoints at the same time.
While you're pulling it up, Kim, I'll stall for you. I now have a use for myself. That was incredible interaction, guys. So if you're on Zoom or on Facebook, I'll watch the comments. I'll watch the chat box. You do your presentation and I will cue you with anything that people have questions on.
Okay, great. Yeah, awesome. Put them in. And then at the end, we'll pop up and I will answer any questions. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how I generated $2.73 million, went from 32 clients to 11,000 in 1 year, and never missed one of my kids' softball games. Because for me, that's the most important thing. My passion is leading entrepreneurs to scale their business without sacrificing their faith, their family, their finances, their fitness, or their fun. Because we know a whole lot of ways to hustle and grind 24/7. And you hear people say that, but I'm on a mission to dispel that myth that we don't need to do that in order to grow a successful business. And so we're going to talk about that today. Quick background story on me. I call my past the Starbucks years, as in I drank a crap ton of coffee because I never slept and I worked all of the time. I owned an agency. We drove in clients. We got them results on Facebook. So that's how I know so much about social media. I've spent millions of dollars on the platform driving in results for our clients. And it was a hot mess express. Okay. I did all the things, and I don't know if any of you can relate to this, but we would have these client packages that were called Rocket Launch that would be 30 days long, and we would do social media marketing for those. Then I had overall ongoing marketing clients that I needed to come up with strategy for. I did VIP days where I would do these one-day events that people would pay me to come up with strategy for them. Then I would also hold these smaller boutique events where I would get people to join a mastermind program that I had. I did marketing for our agency. I did speaking engagements to get more clients in the door. I volunteered in community groups that we had, like the Rotary and the Chamber, trying to get more clients. And I had to do all the sales calls. So like I was doing all of the things and I was exhausted. It was like I was a hamster in a wheel, and yet I was completely broke. And I got to tell you, there are a lot more fun ways to be completely broke than working all of the time. In fact, this one time I had to hawk my engagement ring in order to make payroll. And I remember as I was sitting there, as my hand was shaking and I was handing him my ring, that I knew I needed to do something differently. And I know it's not a coincidence, but right around that time, I noticed one of my friends was having a ton of success and he was still spending time with his family. And so I asked him, like, what are you doing? And he gave me this book, the Dan Kennedy's No BS Direct Marketing book. And I was hooked. I was like, oh my gosh, I can actually get results from marketing. Now, Dan hated social media marketing, though. He talked about it all the time inside the book, but I took the principles he taught in the book and I applied it to social. And I was so successful that when I got to meet Dan, he was blown away. He became a client of mine. I eventually got to author a book with him, The No BS Guide to Direct Response Social Media Marketing. I'm proud to say not only is it a bestseller, but it's Dan Kennedy's bestseller of all time. I got a ton of amazing clients in addition to Dan. Robin Robbins, you may have heard of. She owns a company called Technology Marketing Toolkit. Mike Michalowicz, he has an amazing book called Profit First. That's all about managing your money. Dr. Nito Quabain, if you've ever heard of High Point University or the Great Harvest Bread Company, he's a client. Rich Sheffrin, one of the godfathers of internet marketing. Ron LeGrand, who worked with real estate. We have Bravo Television doing their restaurants openings. And yes, Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank was not only a client himself, but I worked with all of his Shark Tank investments before and after they were on the show. So the problem was, right? Well, you're like, a problem? That's amazing. Like, you had such amazing clients. Things are going well. You know how to grow your business. And yes, things were going great. Finally, there's no hawking of an engagement ring that needs to be happening. We're getting money, we're getting paid, we're getting well known. That's awesome. The problem that I had was this. I was exhausted, like so exhausted because I was working all of the time. And there was this one night, I am putting my daughters to bed and I am, you know, praying over them and doing the normal like mom ends of night kind of things. And as I'm praying for them and I put my hands on their back, I said to God, kind of like just speaking it out loud, you know, no big deal. I'm not expecting to hear anything back. Hey, God, you know, can you just freeze time for a minute? Because I don't want to miss any more of them growing up. And the thing is that actually it came back to me for a second. He spoke back and he said, Kim, I don't need to freeze time. You just need to be more present. And I was like, dang. That hits home for any of you. Can you put it into the chat for me right now? So there I am. I'm like, I got to do something different. And I don't believe that was an accident. I believe that happened on purpose with a purpose in that moment, because I was already being like, I was already getting these little whispers that I was meant to do something that created a little bit more impact. In fact, I was being called into making more of an impact. And long story short, to wrap this up, I decided to sell my agency, something I was so scared to do for so long. I sold my agency and I got 3 offers in 1 week for my firm. 3 offers in 1 week. And I sold it. Danny, I appreciate your note. Thank you for putting that in there. And I sold my agency. Okay. So here we are. I sell my first company. I'm like, we are going to do this different. You know, just like my first marriage was a starter one to the marriage I have now. I'm going to consider my first business a way to do things the right way the second time. So this time I was going to get things right. Okay. So I was going to do 2 things differently. And I'm telling you these lessons because this is literally my calling now to say, this is all the ways I screwed up. Here's where I finally got it right. And here's how you can get it right now. Okay. Number 1, I was going to only have customers that I adored. Everyone I introduced you today, all my clients I mentioned, I loved them to bits and pieces, but not everybody was that awesome. And number 2, I was going to simplify all the things. So anything I could make simpler that I could use to save me time, money, or energy, I was going to do. I was going to drive in better results in less time, doing no one-on-one lead generation or sales. Yes, I was going to eliminate things that I could inside of my business that didn't have to be done one-on-one anymore so that I could scale my time. I could get greater results working less. And so I put into place this business model that I called the Apex Accelerator. Now I'm going to explain to you why. This triangle represents my entire business. My whole business model can fit in a triangle on the palm of your hand. And at the very top, I have clients that are my elite clients and they pay me $35,000 a year. They're amazing. They're incredible. That is awesome. They are a small fraction of what makes up my clients. And so if you go to the bottom, it's the most amount of people, and you go to the top, it's the least amount of people. So at the very bottom, you have all the stuff that I do. I have social media, my books, my podcasts, you know, any of my speaking engagements. This is what pulls people in. Then I put people in a Facebook challenge. We're going to talk about that today. On my Facebook challenge, I sell them a course. My course brings an invitation to join my group coaching program. And then those that qualify join my mastermind and my elite coaching level. That's my entire business. This is an 8-figure company with nothing else having to be in place and being able to be done for the day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, wait, what? How would you translate this though into being a realtor, really? Like, how would that make sense? Well, let me show you how that would make sense. You can do the same exact thing. You're going to have social media, a book, a podcast, anything else you happen to do. I love Clubhouse. Maybe some of you are on there as well. Then you're going to send people into a challenge. On the challenge, they're going to buy a course. You're like, but I'm not a course creator, but you should be. Why? Because you'll create a course that's about how to buy a home under market value, even in times such as this. People are going to purchase that course from you as the ultimate authority and expert. And the beautiful thing about this is when they buy that course from you, it's going to pay for all of your marketing, because now your course pays for you to get leads on Facebook, pays for you to get leads on Instagram, pays for you to get leads on TikTok. And you don't have to spend all day going through the internet trying to find your next client. You let the ads do the work for you, and you buy them all with the money you make on your course. So now you're not spending anything to grow your business. Now, everybody who buys your course sees you as an ultimate authority. They're not just a lead. They didn't just give you their Yahoo email they set up in 1989. They're giving you the good email because they spent money with you. They're giving you their real cell phone number because they have to when they put their credit card machine in. And they're giving you their real address because they have to put their address in when they make a purchase. So now you don't just have a lead, you have a client. And you can include with your certificate, with your course, a certificate for a one-on-one strategy session with you, which also is a sales appointment. So now you're literally making money as you're generating clients for practice. Woo. Okay. So when we did this, so think about it. Now this works for you 24/7. You're having leads come in, you're not having to pay for you. I mean, people come in and converting into a course buyer. When people take the course, you don't even have to teach them. This whole part of your business works on autopilot for you. All right. So here's the thing. Here were 4 beliefs that we needed to do to get them to be a client. And this is the secret. This is why I've been so successful, is because we don't just put these things into place. We're persuasive, getting people to take massive action. Okay. So these are the 4 beliefs you want to have inside of marketing from the very beginning. So the number 1, belief in the big idea. Belief in the big idea. Belief that this big opportunity is the literal opportunity that they need in order to fulfill their purpose. And Carol asked, have you seen any realtor that offers a course about buying a house? 100% yes. Our coaching clients do all this all the time. So they'll have a course about how to upgrade your landscaping to increase the value of your house. Another one that has one all about how to change the interior staging of your home in order to get a higher price, right? So they are using this idea in order to get those sales across. They have belief in themselves. So when you're putting something across, you want them to believe in the big idea that they have in place, and then belief in themselves that they can do it. That's a big part. So when you're doing that, you want to give examples that it didn't always happen to be that way. They made a change in themselves. You want them to believe that you as the leader can take them to the conclusion, and belief from their opinion circle, even their Aunt Marge. So this is a really big one. Y'all know that you've had the client come in and that individual was like all gung-ho and all excited, but then they have their sister-in-law or their mom or their next door neighbor talk them out of working with you. So the idea here is you're going to get them engaged right away in doing business with you and pull in their family and friends into getting them to believe in you too. How do you do that? You pull the students into public conversations. So what I do is I feature my current clients on my podcast and on my Facebook Lives and on my YouTube channel, so that they then share that content with their friends and family, and they get introduced to me in a way that they already get to see that it's working. It makes such a big difference. Now, you're going to be sending people into a challenge, a Facebook challenge. And the Facebook challenge is where people are going to buy your course. Okay. Now, the really amazing thing about this is Facebook will suggest your Facebook group to people for you for free. You don't have to spend any money on ads to get people into your Facebook group. You can spend money on ads, but you don't have to. And the nice thing about doing your Facebook group challenge is that Facebook has a lot of data on people you're going to be able to get access to, and you're going to know their pain points right away. Now, there's a huge benefit to having a Facebook group that goes way beyond a challenge. It is the ultimate in lead generation. So when people enter into my Facebook group for my challenge, I am asking them questions up front that produce results for us. So we are asking 3 questions. So I only work with business owners. I don't work with dreamers. So I have a question right up front. This group was created for business owners to scale their business. What is the name of your business? So you could ask this group, you could put this group was created for people planning on putting their house on the market in the next year. When are you planning on putting your house on the market? Okay. So, and then your group could be called something like Sellers Profit Hacks. So it's all about people want to sell their house to make more money. Then I'd say, what is the best email address for you? Then check out this question. We work with business owners to double their profits. Would you like more information about working with us? If so, please leave your mobile number below. You could simply make your question 3. We work with homeowners to get the most money possible out of their home. Or if you're doing it for buyers and sellers, we work with buyers to get the best possible price when they're purchasing a home. Are you interested in talking to us, how we might be able to help you? Give your phone number below. Literally generating leads. Now, this is what's so cool about this. We use this app called Group Leads. That's what you can use. It automatically, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, approves people to my Facebook group for me. I don't have to do anything, completely hands off. It gives you every bit of information about the person that Facebook has automatically without even asking for it. And it puts it in a Google spreadsheet for you, and it's uploading leads for you all day long. Now I'm getting information. How long have they been on Facebook? Who referred them to Facebook? Where do they live? How long have they been on the platform? What's their phone number? What's their email address? It's all in there. You're literally getting this treasure trove of free leads coming in the door as you're growing your business. Now, you also want to make sure that you are leveraging the Facebook algorithm so that you create engagement inside your Facebook group. Because when Facebook sees that there are lots of people who are interested in your challenge in your Facebook group, it's going to start suggesting your group to other people. All right. So you want to leverage your Facebook group to create really good engagement that people start commenting on each other's posts. So let's say you're in the Spokane home sellers group. These are for all people who are planning on selling their house and want to get the most profit out of it. Well, you could say, find someone who lives the farthest away from you in our town. Just go in your Facebook group and get them to comment. And then they are going to have that success. Now, you're going to keep this Facebook group going. And guess what? This Facebook group is going to have your clients in it. So then when they have success with you, they are able to share that they are getting real success from you inside your business. And what's amazing about that is it's in the midst of their social media network. Okay. And when you do that, you are able to address them right away in being able to share it with other people. They're like, literally, they're sharing good news about your company, not in we all love the private note that's sent, right? Like, that's amazing. That's great. But we also would love for that private note to be shared and then photocopied and give to all their friends and family. Well, that's basically what's happening in that situation, because they are sharing the good news for you right where other people reside, that you're able to go out and share it with other people, which is amazing, their friends and family. Now, what I love about that is, if you think about, if you were ever listening to a radio commercial and there was a commercial that came up and said something like, Tony's Italian restaurant, they've got great meatballs. And then at the end of it was like, Barbara, your friend Kim really likes that restaurant. You should go. Like, wait, what? That would be crazy. But that's what's happening inside of Facebook. When somebody posts something about you, right? When you share something about them, I want you to imagine this, okay? Someone else sees your post in their newsfeed, and their friend sees it, it will automatically have above the post their friends that already like you. What? Yeah. So if I had Barbara, she was an amazing client. I go ahead and she likes me on my Facebook page. Then I go ahead and share a post about anything. We're looking for new clients. We have this new course. We have this Facebook group. Above my post is going to be a note to her friends that know her, that are friends with her on Facebook. Barbara likes this. It is implied referral without ever having to ask for it. And when you do all of your marketing within the Facebook ads platform, you are leveraging the power of social. The other thing you want to look at doing is that your course will answer a huge objection that people have, right? So let's say people are worried about buying a house right now because they are concerned that they're going to have to pay far over market value. If you make your course something that dispels the objection that people have right now, which is how to, and the course is all about how to buy a home under market value. Now you are dispelling their greatest objection they have from the very beginning and make them much more likely to become a client of yours. All right. This is another one. This is a huge thing you want to do when you are trying to either bring them as a client or sell them a program. It's called on the fence. I don't know why this works, okay? But my favorite quote is, "In God I trust, everyone else bring data." And the data shows that this works, so it just works. When you are trying to get people to enroll with you in something, whether it's in a group setting or one-on-one, if they haven't yet said yes, you say something like, "Hey, I'd love to be able to dispel any myths you have, or I'd love to be able to dispel any myths about this or answer any questions, but I don't know what you're thinking." So if you're on the fence about moving forward with us, if you're on the fence about becoming our client, if you're on the fence about enrolling in our course, would you go ahead and fill in the blank for me? I'm on the fence because, listen, I don't know why that works, but people will tell you why they're on the fence, like right up front. They tell you their objection, and then you're able to address it. Now, in a group setting, let's say you have 100 people on a challenge, and you ask that question and you see people post, they're on the fence. Not only are you going to get the real reasons and you could address them, but you're going to know who's interested in buying your thing or becoming your client. Now you have your hot prospect list that you can follow up with. That's a strategy that I use, and my average for closing is 73%. And that has allowed me to make a massive impact and still get my children off the bus each day with no one-on-one clients. And so I have a free gift for you. I'm not selling you a single thing. It's just a free gift. If you want to find more ways that you can grow your audience and generate more sales online, you can get my free course. It's called the Audience Builder Blueprint. You can scan that QR code that will take you right there, or you can go to theaudiencebuilderblueprint.com to get a copy of this free gift. With that, I'd love to answer any questions that you might have. I had a couple of questions into the chat or into the Q&A, but you guys can post them into the chat. How do realtors get people to buy their course? They have a challenge or a webinar, and they make the call to action showing the opportunity that exists if they fulfill on the thing they're promising. So for example, if you're putting together a course all about how to generate more profit out of your home, you're going to, oh, is it not working? I'll get it for you. Hold on one second.
I'm just trying to type into the box. So I'll fix it.
It's all good. I'll get it. So what you're going to do is, let's say you're going to do the one I said before about how to buy a home for under market value. You would then say there are 4 ways to buy a home under market value. Here's how. And then you would not tell them how to do it. You would just tell them the what to do. And on the what to do, you are going to tell them if they either have 2 ways at the end of the presentation, they have 2 ways that they can go about getting this done. They are either going to figure it all out themselves, Googling their way to get this program done, or they are going to allow you to give them the shortcut to success by simply holding their hand and taking them every step of the way by getting your program. So that's the answer to that question, is you show them that the opportunity to saying yes will save them time, save them money, and get them forward much quicker. And those are the people that you're going to be able to do that for.
That's awesome. By the way, Kim, this was one of the best presentations I have ever seen in LCA. So clear cut, so straightforward, and such incredible information. Like really, really good.
Thanks.
That link, by the way, do you have a direct link? I did type it right. That link, the audience builder blueprint, is going to a parked page. So the redirect isn't forwarding to the right spot.
I'm on that page right now and it's there. And I just copied that URL too.
Yeah,
you put that in?
Yeah, I'm just clicking on the link you put in the chat. When I click on it, I get a GoDaddy Park page. Scan works. All right, I'll scan the link. We'll scan it. I just want to make sure people can find you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let me try one more time. I'll get that done. See, why don't we just do this? I'm going to get, the scan works. So I don't know why the URL doesn't. So sorry about that, y'all. We'll get the scan and then he'll put it in there. So, and I'm typing in. Put the scan back
up on the screen. I'll scan it one more time.
Who knows about the internet voodoo magic right now? Yeah. But you can also, if you're watching this on replay or on YouTube, if you have any questions at all, you could just email me at kim@powerfulprofessionals.com. That's kim@powerfulprofessionals.com, and we'll get you taken care of.
Can you put this QR code back up one more time on the screen?
I sure can.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll see if you have other questions, guys. We have a few minutes. You can type them in the chat box.
Yeah.
Put them in the Q&A section. All right, there's the QR code. Perfect. Scan.
Thank you, Jacqueline, for letting us know that worked well for you.
Yep.
So here's the thing. Most people believe the greatest way to grow your business is to work a bunch more hours. And I mean, I certainly grew up that way. I don't know about you, Jesse, but my family, when I grew up, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and my dad worked for the government during the day. He did the Army Reserves on the weekends and 2 weeks a year, and then a couple every Tuesday night. And then to earn extra money, he would be a consultant. And so the only way he knew how to bring extra money in was to work more hours. And I thought that in the beginning, and I found the more I work, the more it wasn't working. It's actually finding ways to leverage your time by bringing more people in one-to-many settings, like putting a webinar out, putting a post out, getting more people in that way will actually save more time.
It's totally, I mean, it's hard to, depending on how people grew up, right? It's kind of shaking off wherever they came from. And I do have the link now. Can I drop the direct link with the full URL in there?
Yes, please do. Okay. That would be great. That would be great.
That one works for sure.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And so the course is 100% free. We just have an Instagram course on the thank you page. So yeah, the gift we're giving you is 100% free. There's just another program on the $7 Instagram course on the thank you page, I think. Danny asked, I got the course on my phone. Can I take the course on my desktop? Absolutely. We've emailed you a link to that once you get that course, and you can take it wherever you want. Let's see.
We've got some questions in the Q&A box. Can I read some of these to you? So Jacqueline's asking, she says, not sure what to come up with as a topic for the group page for real estate.
Yeah. So you're going to be doing a few different things. Number one, if you you want to look at your goal. If your goal is to get more buyers, then you're going to want to make it a group all about people who might be looking to buy a home in that community. So it could be something like the name of your town buyers group, right? The name of your town buyers group. And then that will give them an opportunity to come into the group, and you're going to be giving tips about buying in that community. You could also be talking about festivals, great services. You could even do Facebook Lives, interviewing different people in the community that are great. Maybe there's somebody who owns an incredible restaurant, or somebody else who's an insurance broker that's a partner of yours. You're creating this Facebook group that's all about the community and people who might be interested in buying. Then you're going to run a challenge over a certain number of days, 5 days, that you're going to be sharing a big idea. So it's going to be the 5-day 10x your home sale challenge. It's going to be 5 days of great strategies you can use to increase the sales price of your home, or the buyer, whichever one you're doing it for. And then on the 4th day, you're going to make them an offer to buy your program. Now, you don't have to do a course. You absolutely could share with them the just to get a client in the door. And the nice thing about having that Facebook group, because we have the intake form on the very beginning where you're asking for their if they want to become a client of yours or they're interested in buying or selling a home. You're literally having this Facebook group that's just basically a free lead generation tool that's running for you 24/7 that could be generating leads. Then you can check your lead list once a day, see who you need to call, and you could be driving leads in the door while you're giving value inside the Facebook group. Facebook groups are a hidden, unknown, secret way that Facebook is still suggesting you're getting organic traffic from. And the other nice thing is about this, there's a wonderful app called StreamYard. And StreamYard is a tool that you can use to go live on, okay? So let's say once a week, you're gonna create this Facebook group, and once a week, you're gonna interview somebody in your community who's a referral partner of yours, whether it's an insurance agent, an attorney, maybe the school board president, anybody like that. So you're going to interview them once a week. Now, I like to look at always how I can leverage my time and get the most out of every minute of my day. So I'm going to use this app called StreamYard, and then I'm going to go live on my Facebook group, but I'm also going to broadcast it live on YouTube. And I'm also going to broadcast it live on LinkedIn all at the same time. And that app lets you go live on all three of them so that you're creating content that can attract people in multiple places. It just lets you create your own show that you're going to go live on. People can now find you. You're the authority and expert. You only have to go live about half an hour a week. And you can reach all of those places at one time. And that app is called StreamYard, StreamYard. StreamYard. I think that's all of our questions, Jesse.
We have a few. I don't know if you answer these. We have a few in the Q&A box from Carol. She was asking, and you kind of touched on some of these, right? Have you ever seen a realtor that offers a course about how to buy a house? How do realtors get people to buy their course? I know you touched on that somewhat. Do you want anything else you want to say on those?
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Yeah, we've had realtors who have used this to get people to have a profit, how to get more profit out of it, how to do landscaping on it, how to buy homes at a better price, how to buy homes that could become investment properties, how to buy your first property that could be a vacation home and be used for Airbnb. So there's realtors that specialize all of them. And that when you come up with that specialty, the nice thing about it is it also helps to multiply your authority. And there's a question about an example of one of them. One of the realtors is a realtor in Texas. His name is Todd Tremonti. Tramonte, Tremonti. And he's done it for all his different niches. And a lot of realtors in his firm does too. He actually walks his realtors through how to create a course, and they use that as one of their lead generation tools inside their firm.
I love that. And by the way, if you guys are listening, notice she just rattled off 5, 6, 7 different topics. And do you recommend people go and research what other agents are doing and get ideas? And like, is that a good way to start?
What I love is first thinking about what your market wants to, what your perfect prospect, the person you love working with the most, what they want the most. So you always want to think about your favorite person. Like if you were going to be flying back to your town, wherever you're living, you're going on vacation, you're flying back and you're in first class and there's someone sitting next to you. And that person is somebody who's either about to buy or sell a house in your community, right? In your community, you'd be like, oh my gosh, this is such a great person. This is the exact right fit person that I love. What would they most want? What would they want? And then your program, your course, your free gifts, whatever you decide to put up front is just how to, whatever they want. You make it that simple. How to, whatever they want. You already know what your best clients want. Now, for some of you, it's like they want to downsize. Some of you, they want to upsize. Some of you, they want to get out of renting and buy their first home. Whatever your perfect prospect wants is to buy a house. And the guy's name is Todd Tremonti, and he's in Texas, Dallas, Texas.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Guys, any other last questions? When you have someone that is as knowledgeable as Kim, take advantage of it. Ask questions. If not, make sure you go to the link. Make sure you follow Kim. I'm assuming there's I didn't get to work the word crazy pants in. A crazy pants amount of content you put out on a regular basis there. I worked it in. You didn't say it at all either. I didn't hear crazy pants anywhere in this webinar.
No, I didn't usually. Well, when I sell things, we always give crazy pants bonuses. So we get it in there. But yeah, I'm on all social media, Kim Walsh Phillips, and I'd love to connect with all of you. Then thank you so much for having me today. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you.
Bye guys. Have a great day.